Well, hello everyone, and thank you for tuning in to another wonderful episode of 15 Minutes with the Mom. I'm so thankful, so grateful that you guys joined me today. I do want to thank you guys for tuning in every week. This is such a great thing that I'm doing, not just for you, but also for myself. As I am encouraging you guys, I am also encouraging myself as well. Today we're just gonna get right into it. Today's topic is to embrace or not to embrace, and I'm going to break that down so you can understand exactly what I mean by that. But I do want to start off with a scripture in Philippians 4:11 through 12, and it says, "Not that I speak in respect of want, for I have learned in whatsoever state I am, therewith to be content. I know both how to be abased and I know how to abound. Everywhere and in all things I am instructed both to be full and to be hungry, both to abound and to suffer need." So when you find yourself in different circumstances, be content. And I know you may say, well, if it's rough, why do I need to be satisfied with things going rough? Well, guess what? Just because it's rough right now, it doesn't mean that it's going to continue to be rough. You have to keep going. Yeah, keep growing too. But you're growing even in the going process. And yes, it's tough, but it is important that we learn how to embrace our circumstance. Just like the word said, whatever circumstance that we're in, to be content, be satisfied, and also be grateful. Like, find something to be grateful for. Like, you may not have the house that you want, but you do have a roof over your head. So what you're going to do? Complain continuously because you don't have the exact house that you want right now? No, you're going to be grateful and say, you know what, God, I got a roof over my head. And that's more than what some people could say, because we do have people who actually live on the street. So we have to find ourselves to be content, even as moms. This may not be a lifestyle that we ask for as far as being a single mom. Like I said, I think in the first episode that single moms become single moms for so many different reasons. And you think about a mom who had to bury, her husband or the child's father. And you say, well, God, well, of course, nobody asked for someone to die. But, I don't know how that feels. But I do know that it is a major change in that household. So no, that mother didn't ask for that child's father to pass away, her husband. She didn't ask for that. But I'm sure at some point in that process, in that grieving process, she has to embrace that. Like, okay, he's not coming back. I know I want him here, but he's not coming back. But what am I going to do? That's probably the first question. What am I going to do? As we're going through that process, we can say, you know what? This is going to be tough to raise my children on my own. But you know what? I'm going to embrace every step. I'm going to embrace this entire process. And when I went into this single woman life, I didn't want to embrace it. I didn't want to, take it, head on. I wanted to, still be like, okay, well, I'm going to need for you to God, I need for you to intervene at any point and any time and send somebody right now to help me. And when I say somebody, I meant a man, but I wasn't ready for that right away because I just, left one. So I did not want to embrace it. I did not want to go through this process, period. When I tell you, I complained a lot. Like, I didn't complain to people, but I complained to myself. Like, girl, like, this is going to be too much. Like, this, the kids are going to be acting up. They're going to be acting out because their dad is not around 24/7 like he used to be. Like, this is going to be too much. I was already condemning my situation before I was even really going through the situation. Like I said, I did not want to embrace it. I just wanted to pretty much just complain all day, have a pity party, have people looking at me and saying, "Ooh, how can I help?" But I wasn't even trying to help myself. I was really just not wanting to face it. I was like, yes, I did ask for this, but at the same time, I don't know what I'm getting myself into. So how about I just not do this? And then I was like, yeah, but this is, you want to better yourself as a woman, right? I felt like I was, not going places in the situation that I was in. I felt like I was losing myself. So, okay, now that you're out of that situation, Cassandra, you have to face this head on. You have to be that mother. You have to be that woman. And I did not want to embrace it. But, as I started to go through the process, I was like, you know what? It may not be that bad. But I was still hesitant on embracing it. Because like I said, I did not want to do it. And, I just really tried to spend less time worrying about, my experiences or what I'm going to have to endure later on down the road. Because, people always tell me, ooh, them kids getting older, they going to be doing this, they going to be doing that. Ooh, it's almost time to be driving. Ooh, that's going to be something else. And I would just be like looking at them like, what? I know it's not as difficult as y'all make it seem like, right? And then I found myself like, like, I start worrying and thinking like that. It's not even close time. Well, it's almost that time to be driving for my oldest one, but not, by himself, just like a little learner's permit. But I did not want to go through anything that, I would see single moms go through, like, out in the world, watching TV and just, watching other people's lives. But then I was like, well, some people make it look good. I even say that now. I was like, gosh, like some moms make it look so easy. And I'm just trying to get through Tuesday and they done mastered the whole month and I'm still stuck on Tuesday. And they have gotten the whole month situated and I'm still trying to figure out how Tuesday gonna work. And, as I spent more time complaining, I was really not embracing who I was. Like, yeah, I would say out loud to people, I'm a single mom of 3, but then I'm just saying that out of my mouth. But in my head, I'm like, yeah, I'm a single mom, but I'm not like that single mom. I wouldn't, want to be that person because I'm like, because then I'm thinking like, oh, people gonna have questions about like, well, why you just had 3 kids? Was it different fathers, 2 fathers, or one, and then one father? Was it with the same person? Well, why didn't y'all work out if y'all had 3 kids together? Let me tell you something. People do ask that. Okay, like people do ask that. I could tell you like, okay, I'm a single woman, so I have gone on dates and guys ask that. They're like, so were you with their father? Like, and I'll be like, yeah. And then their questions like, well, why didn't it work? And I'm like, well, I don't want to talk about that. Like, I don't want to talk about why it didn't work. Let's focus on us right here together and the future. Okay. So there's so many, different reasons as to why I didn't want to embrace it. And it felt so good complaining. I'm not even gonna lie to you. It felt so good to complain because I felt like, this is my pity party. Somebody's gonna feel sorry for me and they're gonna take it upon themselves to ease my situation. So to me, I wasn't doing what the word says. I wasn't being content in my situation, in my circumstance. I wanted to worry. I wanted to, stress about things. And you say, well, why you wanted to stress? Because it felt good. Like, I'm not even going to sit here and lie to you. It felt good to worry. It felt good to stress. I mean, stressing is not good for the body. But in that current moment, it felt great. It felt great to sit here and complain all day and, be in the dark, not coming out of my room. I just didn't want to be a single person. Like, I just didn't want to do it. After you've been with somebody for so long, it's like, well, how do you be by yourself? And then on top of being a mother. Like, how am I supposed to do both? But I had to take one day at a time. And I just had to go through my journey. And now I'm trying to spend less time worrying and wishing. I don't want to worry about, how I'm going to make it happen. I'm trying to spend less time, saying, oh, I wish things were better, or, oh, I wish things were not so difficult. Well, why are we so stuck on what things, are, and why are we so stuck on what we want things to be, and just pray that God is going to work every situation out, and just pray that God is going to see us through the process, and not just as a single woman or a single mother, but as people, period. A man, a father, a uncle, a grandfather. Like, God is going to see you through every single situation. So that's why he says in his word, whatever you find yourself in. So if you found yourself to be a single mother, we just might as well go ahead and be content. Embrace it. And, it may not even be like that for a long time. So why not just go ahead and embrace the process? Because once you embrace it, this is what I found myself. Once I said, you know what? I'm the best mom in the world. I'm the best single mom in the world. So you know what? I'm going to take this journey on with my head held high. And I'm going to make it. I'm going to embrace being a single woman with my head held high. And, oftentimes we may say, well, gosh, God, like when is my person coming? Like, we long for our person. Yes, as women and as men as well, we long for our person. When is our person going to come? And are they going to be, who we want them to be? Well, why are we worried about what they're going to be like before they even get to us? How about we just embrace and master our singleness? Let's just do that first, because I found myself embracing that part of my life. And like I said, I didn't want to embrace it. I didn't want to accept, because that's what embracing is. It's accepting. I didn't want to accept it. I was in denial. Yes, I was living it in reality, but I was still in denial that this was what my life is like now. After you spent, 9-10 years, being a wife and a mom, you're just like, all right, so how do I do this? How do I be a single woman? How do I be a single mom? I had to learn how to accept that this is who I am now. So the question is, do you embrace or do you not embrace? Yes, you better embrace that thing, girl. Be who you are. Even if you're not a single mom, if you still trying to figure out how to be a wife, well, embrace that. Accept that's who you are now. Spend less time complaining, because guess what? Where is the complaining going to lead you? To nothing. You gonna complain that it's raining outside. But guess what? It's still raining. Your complaining did not change the weather. So guess what? Just learn to embrace your situation and learn to embrace your circumstance. Even as moms, we go through different things in our single mom journey. Things may come up that we don't expect, but we have to just go ahead and say, okay, God, I know you got this under control. So I'm going to go ahead and embrace this. I'm going to walk this journey by faith. And then once you do that, you're going to realize the peace of God that has come over your life. And I will share that scripture at the end about giving our worries over to God, not worrying. And then once we give that over to him, then we will experience his peace. All right. So no more worrying, no more complaining, and let's embrace. Thank you guys for tuning in. Don't forget, you already know what I'm going to say. Like, share, and subscribe. God bless.